Good afternoon, everybody. So, thank you so much for reciting the chanting. So, today is the Lamrim class for the advanced students. To make sure, all of you come to TBC. I think the volume can be yeah. So make sure, and all of you, come to TBC, learning Dharma with a good motivation. Usually, we always think when we go to attend Lamrim class or attend Dharma class, we always think I'm going to attend the Dharma class, but we always, forgot to generate the proper motivation. Therefore, each time when you attend any Dharma class, each time when you do Dharma practice, make sure you must have the right motivation. Any practices at the beginning, the motivation is very important. That's why we said in the beginning of your practice, motivation is very important. Because if you don't have the proper motivation, then the Dharma practice cannot be practice of Dharma. Even though you think, I am practicing Dharma, I am practicing, kind of sadhana, without proper motivation, actually you are not really doing Dharma practice. And also, so for many years, we have been study Dharma, we have been practicing Dharma. When we check our mind, we cannot see much, differences between last year and this year, between 2 years ago and today. If you don't have any, different mind, that means your practice of your direction of practice not going in the right directions. Therefore, each time when you practice Dharma, when you study Dharma, you must compare your mind, today's mind and yesterday's minds, today's minds and last year's mind, today's minds and 2 years ago, 2 years before your mind. When you can see, my mind is more calm than the last year. My mind is more calmer than the 2 years ago, compared with 2 years ago. If you find, yes, your mind is more calmer, that means your practice of direction is on the right direction, on the right track. Also, when you compare your negative thoughts, before you study Dharma, after you study Dharma, before you practice Dharma, after you practice Dharma, when you see, compared with last year, this time I have a less negative thoughts, I have less anger, less attachment, less ignorance, less negative thoughts. That means you are doing the right Dharma practice. When you compare your negative thoughts this year and the last year, if you found, you have a lot negative thoughts than last year, you are more angry person than last year, you have more desire, attachment, that means your practice of Dharma is not going on the right track. Therefore, each time you must check your mind Also, practice Dharma or not, the practice going to be Dharma or not, is very much depend on becoming antidotes of any of the negative thoughts. For example, everybody have been talking about great compassion. Yeah, we have been talking about great compassion, but we don't know we really practice compassion or not. Also, we really don't know we practice great compassion or not. If you really believe, I have been practicing compassion for many years, that means you must have a very, little anger and hatred. If you have a lot of anger and hatred, that means you are saying, I am practicing compassion, but you are not. Also, we have talking about, non-attachment, the renunciation. Also, you feel, I am practicing renunciation. I am practicing, non-attachment. If you really practice renunciation and non-attachment, you should not have any sense of, negative desire, negative attachment. If you have a lot of attachment and negative desire, that means you are not really practicing renunciation and non-attachment. And also, we have been talking about, we also believe ourselves, I'm Buddhist. I'm Buddhist for, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or maybe 50 or 60 or 70 years. If you really been be Buddhist for 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, that means you fully believe into Buddha. When you have a fully belief, really strong belief into Buddha, that means when you face certain problem, you always must remember, taking refuge into Buddha. Also, if you believe, I believe in Dharma for many years. If you really believe in Dharma, then you must think that Dharma is the best, methods to overcome any sufferings, any problem. Even though when you have a physical suffering, like sickness, also you must take refuge into Dharma. When you face particularly the mental problem, emotional problem, lot of negative thoughts, that means that time you should not forget taking refuge into Dharma. What is the relationship, having emotional problem, taking refuge in Dharma? Taking refuge in Dharma is not just, we say, I take refuge in Dharma. When you take refuge in Dharma, you must remember Dharma is the best antidote of any negative thoughts. For example, when you get angry, you must take refuge into great compassion. You use the great compassion as the antidote to reduce anger. That means you have the right medicine. Also, you are taking the medicine when you need it. So, also after you fully believe in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then you must believe in Dharma. When you believe in Dharma, you must believe in the law of causality. That means when you knew you are going to engage in the negative action, you must stop right there to engage in the negative action. So generally, it's a kind of the revision class for the Lamrim. So generally, you really have to be very careful with the engage into negative action. We should not engage into negative action. When we talking about engaging in the negative action, we engage physically, mentally, verbally. For us, very easy not engaging, the physically in the negative action. Verbally, very easy to not engage in the negative action. Mentally is so difficult. When you think about, 3 action, physical, verbal, mental, most time you focus on make sure your mind is not always engaged in the negative action. Because when we think about some negative thing, other people, won't notice. That's why we, don't care much. When we engage in the physically or verbally, other people will notice. So we are make sure I'm not doing bad thing, I'm not saying bad thing. So generally, as a Buddhist, we must practice the law of causality. Make sure you are not engaged in the negative action. Make sure you are always engaged in the positive action. Then, second, more serious practice. So, achieving kind of permanent or lasting happiness or nirvana. So, in order to achieve nirvana, lasting happiness, happy for forever, then we need to focus how to reduce all the roots of suffering, the root of all the negative thoughts. Because when we talk about lasting happiness or nirvana, we must know what is the opposite of the nirvana is a samsara. Right? Samsara, right? Samsara. When we think about samsara, many people think, samsara means Singapore is samsara. Like in the wall is samsara. No, actually, the real samsara is the physical body. Within the Four Noble Truth, the truth of suffering is the real samsara. So we facing all the problems and suffering because we have this physical body, the dukkha, the truth of suffering. We have the truth of suffering because we already have the origin of suffering, which are, ignorance, attachment, desire, hatred. You really wish to be happy forever, you really wish to be free from suffering, then first you must recognize what is the root of the samsara, what is the root of the suffering, which is ignorance. So in order to eliminate the ignorance, that means you need the 6, perfections, practice of 6 perfections. Within the 6 perfections, the last one, is very important. The wisdom, perfections of wisdom. Do you remember the analogy, right? The 5 perfections look like complete the painting without eyes. Even though the painter, the artist complete the picture without eyes, that means you cannot see the picture is very complete. When they draw, eyes, then you can see the picture is very complete. Even though as a Buddhist practitioner, you can practice ethical discipline, then generosity, patience, joy, perseverance, mindfulness. Quite easy. The most difficult one, practice of wisdom. So within the 6 practice, perfections, the 5 are mainly practicing to accumulate one of the sambhara, one of the merit. If you only practice 6, always practice the 5 perfection, you're going to accumulate a lot of merit. You can be, you can be reached to the first path, not second. You can be Bodhisattva, but you cannot reach to the second path, which is preparation path. In order to reach to the second path, which is preparation, you need to realize selflessness, emptiness. If you're not able to realize emptiness and selflessness, then you're not able to eliminate, you're not able to cut the root of the samsara. That means, so in the Lamrim, first he explained the 5 perfection. Now we're going to study about the 6 perfection. So therefore, in order to achieve liberation, you must practice, 6 perfection, not the 6 prajnana paramita. In order to achieve Buddhahood, then you must practice 6 prajnana paramita. Among the 6, so 2 are very important. The meditative concentration and wisdom. Right? Wisdom. So, I think most of you, many people actually always, do meditation. Also, people have a lot of misunderstanding about meditation. Because many people thought just, focus on something can be meditation. No, do you remember here the meditation must be, the positive mental action. Just focusing on something. For example, you fully focus on your breath. When you fully focus on the external object, it can be, we can say, concentration will not turn into meditation. Meditation. So in order to have the perfect meditation, then you must remember what we learned, I think, last few classes, during the few classes. First, you need to know what kind of place, environment you must have. In Singapore, I know it's so difficult to have a very quiet place. Even though you stay in your condo, the neighbor makes you a lot of noisy. There's a lot of, noisy from vehicle and so on. So even though you try to have a, less, kind of obstacle around you, first you need to find the quiet place. Sometimes, if you have a free time, you can go in a little bit in the forest, or you little bit go next to the ocean, and then you can find the quiet place. So that's why physically you need to be very relaxed. Even though sometimes many people say, I'm going to go to retreat in Malaysia and Jambi. Yes, physically you are in retreat, nobody around you, but your mind is so busy, right? Physically you are far away from Singapore, but your mind is still in Singapore, in your home, your things. So when you go for retreat, physically you have to be away from the busyness. As well as mentally you have to be free from the busyness. That means you need to find the perfect place. When you are in the perfect place, then first you need to choose the perfect object of meditation. That means now you must remember what kind of object you must meditate on. Then I explained many times that meditation is exactly the same as a medicine. When you ask to the doctor, what kind of best medicine I must eat, the doctor definitely will ask what is your problem, what kind of sickness and disease you have. Right? When you ask Buddha, which kind of meditation is best for me, Buddha will explain, oh, you have a lot of anger, you have an attachment, you have a headache, so and so, so and so. It's very much depend on your negative thoughts. According to negative thoughts, you need to use the antidote. In order to use the antidote, you need to choose the perfect object. Then let's say, you have a lot of anger, you are very short temper, you always having problem with the short temper. Due to the short temper, you are not happy with your friends and family, co-worker, neighbors. Then first, you need to reduce the anger. The anger cannot be reduced when you chant, when you do a lot of offering, a lot of prostration, cannot. It's minimized, you reduce bit, for short time. After you stop all the activity, anger again arises as before. Therefore, in order to reduce anger, you need to meditate on compassion. Compassion. That means you must remember the person whom you get angry. Then focus the person, generate a lot of compassion. And then the anger going to be reduced. Then slowly, you won't have any sense of anger towards the person. Also, when you do meditation on compassion, also when you do meditation on impermanence, emptiness, even though when you do meditation on your breath, that means make sure you have a mindfulness, make sure you are fully concentrated on the breathing or compassion, whatever. Make sure you have a mindfulness, you must have a concentration. At the same time, make sure you won't have the two obstacles. What are they? Laxity and excitement. Laxity, excitement. Because you just stay, physically very quiet, or you focusing on something, but you never know that time, the laxity occurred, or make sure that time you not really, the excitement is occurred. That means you fully focus on the chosen object. You can focus on 1 minute, and the second minute, the mind has gone due to the laxity, due to the excitement. Right? Make sure. Then you must remember what does mean laxity, what does mean excitement. Excitement can be two types. Right? For example, you fully focus on Buddha, you fully focus on compassion. Suddenly, the man has gone somewhere. He's gone because of the excitement. Excitement. We have two types of excitement. Do you remember? What are they? One excitement can be excited by attachment, can be excited by other negative thoughts. For example, while you are meditating on compassion, right? Compassion, suddenly you remember to do recitation. It's positive, but still the mind, brings somewhere due to the remember the chanting or recitation. This can be your mind become excited because of the attachment. Also another type, anger, so and so. We have two types of excitement. Then laxity, right? So laxity, how many types of laxity there? We have two types of laxity, right? Do you remember the differences between laxity, then slackness, then another is dullness. Dullness, right? Now let's say, we everybody meditate on impermanence. First, before you meditate on impermanence, before you do the, mindfulness meditation, number one, you must do the analytical meditation. Analyze. For example, everybody not happy with, something. Then everybody try to analyze the reality of the person, reality of the object. Right? Then due to our analytical meditation, slowly we're going to realize the phenomena, the conditioned phenomena are impermanent. You can realize, you can realize the impermanence first through the analytical meditation. When you fully realize the impermanence, then you fully focus. Focus. First, you focus very, vividly. You can see the impermanence. You cannot see through your eyes. Right? You cannot. Can you see impermanent, through your eyes? You cannot. The gross you can see, the things are changing. The timing is changing. Like you can see morning and afternoon, evening is changing. You can see through your eyes. Those are not the subtle impermanence. The subtle impermanence you must realize through your sixth mind. Sixth mind, right? Sixth mind, not talking about, kind of, there's another, say, sixth mind is kind of intuition. No. So we have 5 senses, right? When you see an object, sometimes you can say, you think, oh, the object is so nice. Sometimes you say, oh, the object is not that nice. The making discrimination between nice and not nice, good and bad, everything is judged by the 6 mind. For example, anger, attachment, ignorance, all of them include into 6 mind. Within the 6 mind, number 6, there are some many types. Okay, that means, you through your analytical meditation, through your study and reasoning, you fully realize impermanence, the subtle level impermanence. Then you can see the subtle impermanence very vividly through your 6 mind. First, you can see very clearly. Then, after a few minutes, you cannot see not that vividly. It's become more loose. The object become looser. Then what we call laxity, right? Then slowly, if you focus too much, also then you cannot see the subtle impermanence. Then become, subtle laxity. We have 2 types, gross and subtle laxity. Then the laxity laxity and like a skullness is occur because of the dullness. The dullness is the basis cause to arise laxity. Okay, so when you do meditation, you must have a concentration, then vigilance, mindfulness. Then I told you, this look like, concentration is concentrating on something. Then vigilance is look, you just checking, make sure the mind is fully focused or not, vigilance. When laxity occur, you must remember, you must notice, the laxity is occur. You must notice because of the vigilance. Also, when the dullness occur, also you must notice through the vigilance. Do you remember? Is somebody holding a boil of water in hands, right? If you shake, then somebody cut your neck. Remember the analogy based on Lamrim. Okay. Then I ask you to do some homework. I hope. There, yeah. Okay. I know who is he going to fall whoever. It can be fall on whoever. I think it's close to Perry, huh? Was rich. Okay. Anyway, just a joke, huh?
No violent.
If I hit you, I will be in jail. Okay. So, let's say, now you really want to achieve serenity, karma barding, right? Karma barding. How you can achieve karma barding? Then we talk about the nine mental states. 9. Without looking at your Lamrim, I asked you homework. I didn't ask you to read the Lamrim books. Huh? Okay. What are the 9 mental states? Without looking at your Lamrim book, please. Huh? Look at, as a beginner, you should not think I can focus on something continuously 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No. That means it looks like you teach, alphabet to, like a child. You should not, that time I don't think you can have a hope. The child can learn, A to Z within one time. Right? So you have to teach one by one, teach and let them play. Then again teach, let him or her play. Look like our mind is exactly like that. Our mind is so kind of wild, so difficult to have the concentration. Okay, anyway, what's the mental state number 1? Okay, mental placement. What does mean? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, mental placement. In Tibetan say, Joba. Right? Okay. So we will study a little bit about the 9 mental state. Okay. Let's see. What do when we let's see occur? Okay, I think next one here. Mental placement. This essential thoroughly withdrawing your attention from all outside object and directing inwardly to the object of meditation. That means, the first, usually you are, your mind is receiving so many things. You are looking here and there, you are hearing so many things. First stop, looking your mind outward. Just look inward. That means, just say your mind is going everywhere. Shut up all the, doors. Just bring your mind inward. That means just bring your mind to the, focus on the object first. Right? So, for example, the children is running everywhere. You just bring back, stop here, stay here. That's number 1. Then number 2, continually placement. First, you learn how to stop, your mind is focused on the outward object. Just bring inward very often. For example, now everybody just, practicing mindfulness based on the Buddha body, based on the Buddha Shakyamuni, Manjushri, who you are, That means you just learn how to focus on the Buddha first time. Then within a few minutes, the mind has gone somewhere. Again, bring back. Then go again, bring back. This is first. Second, continuously placement, right? Continuous placement. That means first you learn how you can focus on the object for 1 minute. Go again, bring back 1 minute. Go somewhere, bring back again on the chosen object 1 minute. Then slowly try to, focus on the object for continuously 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Then the mind run away and bring back again. Continuously. The third, hedge placement. If your attention is drawn away from the forgetfulness and distracted outward, you recognize this and again fix it upon the object of meditation. Right? That means first bring on the object. Second, bit longer. Third, not just longer, without having any obstacle. Right? Which mean laxity and so on, forgetfulness, distracted. The fourth, close placement. The fourth, not just, the mind is focusing on the object. It's very close, very vivid. Right? For example, let's say, first everybody focus on your mind towards the Buddha Shakyamuni. Yes, you focus. Then slowly become more, invisible, disappear. Again, try to remember the Buddha statue, bring your mind on the Buddha. Right? Then, second, continuous, stay on it. Third, not just continuously not having the forgetfulness and destruction. The fourth, close placement means now not only focus, you focus very vividly. You have a, vivid mind towards the Buddha. Number 5, taming reflection upon the advantage of the concentration. That means, taming means that when you reach to the fifth state, then you can have a quite good experience. Before, you don't have the experience of the benefit of concentration. Right? You don't know what kind of benefit you have. When you reach to the fifth state, then you will notice, If I able to continuously meditate on something, then I have a very bliss thing in your mind. That means, look at taming the reflection upon the advantage of concentration. You take delight in concentration. Then you feel, oh, I continuously meditate on something. I feel, so joy, so happiness, so happy, so joy, so bliss. Taming, reflecting. Number 6, persecution. Regarding distraction as of faulty, you coil any dislike for concentration. The persecution. What kind of persecution you need? Distraction and dislike, right? So everybody at the beginning very happy to do meditation, right? Everybody likes to do meditation. Doesn't matter you are believer or non-believer, you still like to do meditation. Then after a few days, then you don't want to do meditation. You don't like to meditation. Why? Why? You feel so tired. Physically you feel so tired, mentally feel so tired. Right? That means you have a sense of dislike on meditation. That means you have to you have to pacify the dislike, the distraction thing. That means number 6. Number 7, complete pacification. Look at this initially entails the fine pacification of the occurrence of the attachment, then miraculous lethargy, sleepiness. Right? That means when you reach to the 7th state, you need to pacify the attachment, then melancholy and lethargy, sleepiness. It's very true. You can see, at the beginning, everybody is very fresh when they do meditation. After 5 minutes, then slowly moving body here, there, then slowly feel sleep. Right? Sleepiness. That's when you reach to the 7th step, you must, pacify attachment, melancholy, lethargy, sleepiness. Then number 8. What's the mental state number 8? Attention. Now look at here. This entails exerting effort of that you engage the object of meditation effortlessly. Right? That means until the 8, you need to put a lot of effort. When you reach to the the mental state 8, then you no need a lot of effort. For example, before you recite the mantra, somebody teach you how to recite. Then you need to repeat maybe 400 or 500 times. After a while, you no need to put effort. You recite the mantra or chanting very effortlessly. That means when you reach to the 8, mental state 8, then you no need to put any effort. Your mind automatically focus on the object continuously. Then 9, the balance placement. According to Kamala Shila stage of the mental state, this refers to the equanimity they occur when your mind becomes the balance, right? This is a sutra name, instruction of the world. 9. So when you reach to the mental state 9, that means your mind is totally free with the laxity, excitement, dullness, slackness, sleepiness, fully free. You can concentrate on the chosen object for maybe few hours without having any break. Then there's a very important question. When you reach to that state, that means, do we accomplish the serenity or not? No. Even though you without any effort, you're able to focus on the object, on the meditation object continuously 2-3 hours. No any other obstacle. But even though you haven't accomplished the serenity. Okay, serenity. That's why many people think, if I'm able to meditate on something continuously few hours, then you may think I accomplished the serenity, I accomplished the karma body. No. So therefore the next we little bit study about the next before we study, so without looking your text, can you explain me the 6 force? 6 force. 6 power or 6 force? Forces. A hearing, reflection, yeah, is it the English translation is a bit different actually. Here say the force of hearing. Hearing means before you meditate on something, before you practice something, you need to know, you need to hear something from your teacher, you need to learn something from books, whatever, right? When you do meditation, you must remember the instruction, hearing. Then reflection. After you hearing, you need to think. Then number 3 is the force of mindfulness. Number 4, force of vigilance. Number 5, force of enthusiasm. 6, force of acquaintances. So here, the non-dual book said power of hearing, same, power of reflection, power of mindfulness. Then number 4 is a power of introspection. Power of vigilance is very similar, right? Introspection. Then number 5, force of enthusiasm. Here's a power of joyous effort. Then number 6, force of acquaintance is a power of complete familiarity. Okay, familiarity. Okay, here. Number 2. Tobetop, Sambetop, Tembetop, Shejingitop, Tsundugitop. I think this book is more close to the Tibetan translation. He said Tobetop, power of hearing, the power of reflection, power of mindfulness, Tembetop, power of Shejin, the vigilance, then joy effort, then Yongsu Tiba, familiarity. I think it's more closer to the Tibetan language, this book. Okay, power. So, in order to achieve the 9 mental state, you need to rely on the 6 power, 6 forces. Okay, 6 forces. Then you can see, which mental state accomplish depend on the which force or which power. So let's say we everybody want to accomplish the until the 9 state, mental state, then we need to rely on the 6 powers. Then next, also as a homework, what are the 4? I think here. For attention. Oh yeah, for engagement. So a different translation. Yeah, for attention. What are the 4 attention? Without looking your book, can you tell me? Tight focus, intermittent focus, focus, spontaneous focus. Also, this 4 intention divided with the 9 the mental state. Right? Look at the first say, tight focus. You need to put quite, focus. Dim the juba, pardu dim the juba, pardu chejing. Yeah. Next important, we have to study. Okay, next we study little bit. Page number after the attention, page number 79. So it's very important. Page number 79, and the measure of successful cultivation of serenity. Okay, measure of. So actually in the Nalanda tradition, they always have the measure. Always have the kind of sudden boundary. Boundary mean how you can say, how you cannot say. There's a much about measurement. This means measure of successful cultivation of serenity. This means I told you, even though when you reach to the 9 level mental state, but you haven't accomplished the serenity. Okay, make sure you haven't accomplished the serenity. So that means how I can know I accomplish or cannot accomplish. That means the measure of successful cultivation of serenity. Here there are 3 sections. What are they? 3. You not just need enough to read. You must know the meaning. A presentation of dividing the line between what? Accomplishing meditative serenity. That means dividing the line between accomplishing or not accomplishing meditative serenity. Number 2, section number 2, presentation of the way to process along the path on the basis of meditative serenity. That means all the paths, Hinayana paths, Sudra Mahayana paths, Vajrayana paths, all the the Mandan paths, all the paths depend on what? The serenity. Look at general presentation of the way to process along the path on the basis of meditative serenity. That means Buddha said, all the positive actions depend result of karma burden and special insight. That means all the paths, doesn't matter Hinayana paths, Mahayana path, within the Mahayana, Sutra, Vajra, whatever, all the paths must depend on meditative serenity. Therefore, what we need to learn here, we must learn in order to achieve Buddhahood, in order to accomplish the first, second, third, fourth, fifth path, we must accomplish meditative serenity. Okay, meditative serenity. And also, at the beginning, I don't have any experience. Many master says, at the beginning you have a lot of difficulties when you try to achieve meditative serenity. At the beginning you have a lot of difficulties because you physically feel so tired. Mentally you cannot focus. Even though someday you're able to focus, you have a lot of obstacles. If you continuously, without off 1 or 2 days, continuously try to accomplish meditative serenity, you can accomplish within 6 months. Within 6 months, you can accomplish meditative serenity. No break, no off, no holiday. No holiday. Holiday. Yeah, retreat also look at, which is asked, she asked the question, look at, these days we have a lot of misunderstanding about retreat. Many people say, I'm doing the Yamantaka retreat. I'm doing, Vajradagini retreat, whatever. What they do, they just stay and recite all the mantra. Mantra. They are very focused on, accomplish the number. Always recite mantra, Yamantaka, whatever. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. What Buddha said in the Vajrayana teaching, when you feel tired, then take a rest, then recite the mantra. We opposite, right? We do a lot of recitation, then we feel tired, what we do, we take a rest and having coffee and tea. It's wrong. That's why whenever you go retreat, for example, last time, we have a Bodhicitta retreat. When you do Bodhicitta retreat, you generate a lot of Bodhicitta. You meditate on Bodhicitta continuously 2-3 hours. Then you feel sleepy, you feel tired, you feel thirsty, then you take a rest. And at the same time, while you are taking rest, then you should not waste your time. You recite mantra, you do chanting, you do prostration. After you feel, if you enough rest, then again you do the meditation. So, for example, you wish to do like meditation for the accomplishing meditative serenity, then always you do, the concentration. When you feel tired, then you do remember, you must read books related to the meditative serenity. When you do a Yamantaka, retreat, while you are taking rest, you must read book related to the Yamantaka practice. Even though you are doing, Yamantaka retreat, while you are taking rest, you are reading other story book. It's become very obstacle, right? People, that's why. Also, even though, for example, when you do the Bodhicitta retreat, while you are taking rest, you read Lamrim. You read, book about Bodhicitta, renunciation, great compassion. Then it help you to have a further practice of Bodhicitta, right? That means, yes, that's why there's a very interesting, I think, kind of tradition or, culture in Tibet. I didn't see any like Tibetan master who lost the hearing power. Sometimes somebody do retreat for Saraswati, the wisdom god, Saraswati, Manjushri. I think particularly Saraswati retreat. So, the person really want to increase his wisdom. So, in order to increase wisdom, they need to practice Manjushri or Saraswati. Particularly when you do, practice of Saraswati or sadhana, then you have to say, okay, since today, I will follow you, I will practice your sadhana until, I am dead. If something wrong, I bet you my heir. Bet? Right? Bet, right? Bet, my heir. Then some, monk, in between there's something go wrongs. Then many monk lost the hearing power. Yeah. Within the 5 senses, hearing power is okay. Lost the hearing power, not the seeing power. That's why I heard in the past in Tibet, some master, they don't have the hearing power. So, also, I think some of you already attend the class of Yamantaka sadhana. So when you do the retreat of Yamantaka retreat, when in the Yamantaka retreat, you need to put, kind of certain sign in that 4 direction. Sign. Or particularly you put a sign in front of your door. The sign is look like the Dharma protector. That time they said, I will complete my sadhana in this area. Without complete my sadhana, if I come out, from my retreat house, then all the Dharma protector, this protector, you can say, you directly say, you can kill me. They make this kind of strong commitment. Also, sometimes we think it's not that important. I tell you a very truth story. In my local monastery, and there's another monastery in Zanskar. There was a monk. Then he really want to go for retreat. So usually when we go to retreat, we need to get permission from the monastery, from the guru. You must get permission from the monastery. Also, you must get permission where you do retreat. Permission from the owner of the house. We can see also we need to get kind of certain permission from the owner of the land. We can call Naga or whatever. The one of the monk from Zanskar monastery, he went to retreat. He didn't ask permission from the monastery. He went to retreat. He started to retreat. That night, he saw, he saw a snake in the dream. One snake came, tied his neck. Next morning, he got sick. Then he could not do the retreat. He need to, give up the retreat. Do you know why the snake? The snake is symbolized of the Mahakala. Mahakala. So he must get permission from the monastery. He didn't get. He just left the monastery, go retreat. That's why I think, the Dharma protector is not so happy. Therefore, whenever you do retreat, make sure you done all the preparation in the correctly. Also, you make sure you follow all the rules. And also, related to the recitation, for example, you need to do 4 seasons, right? Morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Then I already recite, 100 mantra in the morning. Then afternoon I start to do another 100. I finish 50. When I reach to 50, if I fall sleepy, that I cannot count. I have to count again 1 to 50. Now you can see many people hold the mala. Then again recite. No, there's a lot of rules. Okay. Anyway, so it's related to how you accomplish, meditative serenity. Now, most important here, number 2 is general, presentation of the way of process along the path on the basis of the meditative serenity. Then third one, specific presentation of the way of process along the mundane path. Okay, so I thought these 3 are so important, so we spend little time. First, dividing the line between accomplishing and not accomplishing meditative serenity. Now look at the first one, the presentation of dividing the line between accomplishing and not accomplishing meditative serenity. This has 2 sections. Section number 1, the presentation of the actual meaning, and section number 2, the marks associated with the attention and the elimination of the qualm. Now it's so important. Here, look at a presentation of the actual meaning. The question, right? Once you have properly understood the meaning of cultivating concentration and explained previously, and then sustain them in the meditation, the 9 mental states arise in the sequences. And in the 9th state, you are able to meditate for long seasons, free of subtle laxity and excitement. Right? First, let's say you fully understood the meaning of concentration, the meaning of meditative serenity. Then sustain them in a meditation, the 9 mental states arise in the sequence. It's just arise one by one all the way to 9 sequences. And then in the 9th state, you are able to meditate for how long? It's quite long, right? Long season. Not only long, free of what? Subtle laxity and excitement. Then your mind is fully free from laxity and excitement. Also, you are able to meditate on something for a long time. That means, given that you have then achieved a concentration that become the focus spontaneously without resorting to the effort of continually cultivation of mindfulness, vigilance. Have you achieved the meditative serenity or not? This is the question. Right? That means first you fully understood the meaning of meditative concentration. Then you achieve the 9 mental state by sequence. Also, your mind is fully free of laxity and excitement. Also, you are able to meditate on the object for quite a long time. That means, what is the question? Question here. What's the question? Yeah, cultivation, mindfulness and vigilance. Have you achieved meditative serenity or not? That's the reply. Reply. I shall explain. In the achievement of this concentration, this means meditative serenity. Meditative serenity. This concentration, there are those who do and those who do not achieve plancy. Plancy. Right? That means, achievement of this concentration, there are those who do and those who do not achieve plancy. Who do achieve plancy, the person accomplish meditative serenity. The person who do not achieve plancy, the person haven't achieved meditative serenity. Right? Plancy. Because I want to focus a little bit about what does mean the plancy. So, if plancy is not achieved, there would be an approximation of meditative serenity, but would not be genuine serenity. Very similar, okay, it's become very similar with the meditative serenity, but not the genuine one. Not the genuine one. Thus, it is called an attention, the approximate meditative serenity. This is clearly stated in the sutra by Buddha. Look at Bhagavan. When Bodhisattva was direct their attention inward and focus it upon their mind, what is the attention called for as long as physical plancy and the mental plancy are not achieved? Plancy has 2 types. What are they? Physical plancy and mental plancy. So important. Mitriya, the Buddha replied, Mitriya, this is not meditative serenity. You should say that it is associated with an aspiration, the approximate meditative serenity. So now you need to learn, we need to learn a little bit the meaning of physical plancy and mental plancy. Right? Then we just skip the next word. Now we jump into again page number 81, first, second, third, fourth paragraph. Question. Well, then which of the 9 level incorrect the concentration is which plancy has not yet arisen? Reply. This concentration is included into level of the desire realms. Okay. Now I think you have a lot of confusion. Simply just you go step by step until the 9 the mental state. You reach, you accomplish the 9 mental state, which is balance, placement. When you reach to the 9 level of mental, when you accomplish the 9 level of mental state, your mind is fully free of laxity excitement, right? Fully. Also, you are able to meditate on the object for long time. And then somebody asked the first question, is this meditative serenity or not? I said no. How do you know it is no? Because who do achieve the plancy, then the 9 mental state become the meditative serenity. The person who haven't achieved the plancy, this is not haven't achieved the meditative serenity. Now look at the next one. Question, right? Well, then which of the 9 levels incorrupt the concentration is which plancy has not yet arisen? Reply, this concentration is included in the level of the desire realms. Desire realm, what does it mean? Okay. So how many realms we have? In Buddhist, we have 3 realms. What are they? Desire, form, formless realms. Okay? We are included into desire realm being. Okay? It's so important. Is there really, actually there's total 9 different levels. Right? In the form, there's 4 levels. Formless, there are 4 levels. Then include desire, totally 9, level of realms, samsara. Within the desire, right? How many? We have 3. What are they? Human, hungry ghosts, and animals. Right? Nyawa ida dunumi are the 4. Health, animal, hungry ghost, and human. Generally we got desire realms. Within the form realms, there's 4 levels. Within the formless, there are another 4. Totally 9 different levels. So that's why His Holiness Dalai Lama asked this question to one of the Hindu master. How you can prove there are 9 different levels, desire 9. And the Hindu master, His Holiness said he didn't have the right answer. So, what is the differences between desire and form being and formless? It depends on the body. We have a very gross body. The form, the form realms has a very subtle body. The formless has a no body. You look like we say no body. Yeah, look like no body, right? Look like no body, but still, of course, they are on a body, but very subtle. That means form, desire, formless being, we can differentiate based on the gross body, subtle body, very subtle or no body. At the same time, mind, we have a gross mind, we have a subtle mind, we have a very subtle mind. And the last stage of the formless, do you remember? The last one, top of the samsara, top of the samsara. Before that, nothingness, then top of the samsara, Then also the based on the mind, we have a gross mind, we have a subtle mind, we have a very subtle mind. Okay? Also we can call desire mind. The same desire mind, form mind, formless mind. Also mind has a different level, gross, subtle, very subtle. Okay? That's why look at desire, and that's why here said, well then, which of the 9 level incorrupt the concentration is, which plenty has not yet arisen. This concentration is included in the level of desire realm. Okay, that means the mind is fully concentrated mind, but still included into desire realm or desire realm mind. This is because it is included in one of the 9 level of the 3 realms. That means it is included into the 3 minds, desire, formless, and it is not at all above the access to the first meditative stabilization. I think, can you open this door? I think we have books there, based on the Chinese tradition. Yeah, first you open, then no. It is still. Can you check this book in the middle one? Yeah. Yeah. I can see here. Just keep here. No, this one. Or maybe under there. On this one. I think you have seen this book, right? This book. That's a basic Buddhism. You don't want to study the basic one. 5 cosmic order, then 4 words of life, 4 course of commit level, king of. Okay, why not? We should have a short break. Then I'll show you the 9 levels. The basic one. Now we need to learn very little bit about the plancy. So how many types of plancy we have? We have 2 types. What are they? Physical and mental plancy, right? So this means make sure, so due to your effort, you accomplish the 9, the mental state. Your mind is fully free of laxity, excitement, lethargy, the foggy things. Still, you haven't accomplished the meditative serenity because you haven't achieved the plancy, right? So question, well, then what are the means of achieving plancy, and upon the achieving it, how does it lead to serenity, right? Yeah, it's page number 82. That means we need to accomplish physical or mental plancy, right? Reply, plancy is to be understood in accordance with the explanation as asanga. What is the plancy? It is service ability of body and mind due to cessation of the continuum of physical and mental dysfunction, right? Dysfunctions. And it has the function of dispelling all obstruction. Here's a lot of words. First, serviceability of body and mind. We must have a very serviceable body and mind. How we can have? Due to the cessation of what? Continuum of physical and mental dysfunctions, right? So we don't have. So far we have a dysfunction body and dysfunctional mind, right? So when we try to meditate on something, after 5 minutes we feel so tired. That means our body is very dysfunctional. Also, when we focus on something, we cannot focus more than 5 or 2 or 3 minutes. Also, our mind is very dysfunctional about meditation. Therefore, we need to dispelling all the obstructions. That means physical plan C is the opposite of physical dysfunction. Right? Dysfunction. The mental plan C is the opposite of the mental dysfunction. So we need to dispel the obstruction. Physical and mental dysfunction are the unfitness of your body and mind for being employed to cultivate virtues at will. The remedies, physical and mental plan C, entails great service ability in terms of the applying your body and mind to wholesome action, for you are free of the dysfunction of the both body and mind. Right? That means we have a dysfunctional body and mind. Those are the opposite of physical plan C and mental plan C. That means now how we can achieve the true plan C. Then you see the last in the between all the sentences are mainly about how to prove these are the correct. Now you see the last paragraph, page number 82. In short, due to the unserviceability of the body and mind, even when you want to strive to eliminate affliction, you do so indorsely and while distracted, like someone unable to engage in work. When plan C is achieved, this tendency stops. Right? So you cannot physically, you cannot mentally. When you achieve physical plan C, then this tendency is stopped. You won't have any problem physically, mentally. You can, your body keeps steady for continuously few hours. You cannot feel so tired, you cannot feel thirsty and so and so. That means when you achieve the physical plan C, this tendency stops and your body and mind become very easy to employ, such as complete physical and mental service will arise to the slight degree from the time that you start. Now, okay, so I will just, without reading that word by word. So, when you accomplish the 9, the mental state, your mind is fully free of all the obstacle, but physically still you feel tired. Mentally you are not so, your mind is not that flexible. Then still you continuously meditate on the same object. Then slowly you have the mental plan C. Your mind becomes so bliss, so calm. Then slowly you have a very, very, special feeling. This feeling is not due to the food, due to the clothes. You have the feeling because your mind is become very flexible. First you have a, special feeling. That means at the beginning you cannot notice. When it becomes more powerful, then slowly you feel, now I have a very bliss mind, very happy mind, very kind of calm mind. Then slowly you can achieve the mental plan C. Once you achieve mental plan C, then even though you can stay without sleeping for a few months, you don't need any sleeping. Also you are free from the sleepiness. Then due to having the mental plan C, your mind becomes very flexible. You can focus on the one object continuously for 24 hours. Then all your wind energy, all parts of wind energy, follow the mind. then finally you won't have any physical problems. Because all the energy of the wind, control, follow the mind. Then second, you have the physical plancy. First, you have a mental plancy. Second, you have a physical plancy. Then, when you have a physical plancy, physically you feel so joy, so bliss. Can you differentiate the differences between physical pleasant and mental pleasant? Physical feeling and mental feeling. Yeah, right. How? The physical joy, physical, pleasant feeling, it depends on the physical, touching and wearing and eating and so and so. Right? Right. The mental, even though you just think in a lot of positive things, due to the positive thinking, you have a mental joyness. You have a mental pleasant. Two of them, first you must have a mental plancy, second physical plancy. When you have a physical plancy, physically you feel so joy, so happy, physically happy. Then that time you have a very strong feeling. Then slowly the feeling become more calm, more invisible. Then at the end, when you focus on the meditation object, then you accomplish the meditative serenity. Okay? That means between the 9 mental state and the meditative serenity, between them you need to accomplish the plancy. First, mental plancy. Second, physical plancy. The physical plancy is part of the physical feeling. Part of feeling. For example, when you see, let's say, your best friend you haven't seen for 10 years. You are, best friend each other. The first time when you see your best friend, how do you feel? You feel so happy. You say, ah! You're not saying, hi, how are you? Right? You say, ah! Then slowly, this kind of excitement, calm, then you start to talk. Right? That means when you have a physical place, you so, enjoy, physical enjoy. You don't have a time to focus on the chosen object. When the feeling become, weaker, subtle, then you meditate on the object. Then you accomplish meditative serenity, right? Look like you met your friend, you saw joy, you forget what you to say. Then slowly you start to stop. Okay, that means that symbol you achieve meditative serenity. But you cannot make, you won't be different. Your attachment is there, anger there, all the negative thoughts are still there. There, you cannot make, you cannot be much different. You have a very strong mindfulness. When you mindful on something, that time there's no attachment, no anger, right? When you arose from the meditative equipoise, then anger arises. Second, now you need to meditate. You need to accomplish what? Special insight. Special insight. So before we start the special insight, now we need to know the differences between the maintenance and what? Non-maintenance meditative serenity. Okay? This means the 9 mental state must accomplish, depend on the 6 powers or 6 forces. Right? Through the 6 forces, applying the 6 forces, applying the 6 powers, you need to eliminate 5 obstacles or 5 what? Oh, the 5 false. The 5 false obstacle, laziness, forgetfulness of the instruction, laxity in excitement, non-application of the remedies, over-application of the remedies. Those are the 5. That means, in order to accomplish the ninth, the mental state, you need to apply the 6 forces. Through the 6 forces, you need to eliminate what? 5 faults or 5 obstacles. What are the 5? Laziness, forgetfulness of the instruction, laxity and excitement, non-application of remedies, over-application of remedies. Do you remember the non-application? What does mean non-application of remedies? Over-application of remedies. For example, when you notice excitement arise, if you let it arise continuously, that means you are not applying the remedy. When you notice, the laxity is arising, if you not apply antidotes, that means also false. Then last, you notice you don't have a excitement, you don't have a laxity. Still you try to apply the antidotes of laxity and excitement. Then you are over apply the remedies. Those are the 5 faults. Then add remedies. The 5 faults has how many remedies? 8. What are they? Faith, aspiration, effort, plancy, mindfulness, introspection, application of remedies, equanimity of remedies, remedy application. That means 5 faults, 8 remedies. Number 1, what? Faith. Number 2, aspiration. Number 3, effort. Number 4, plancy. Number 5, mindfulness. Number 6, introspection. Number 7, application of remedies. Number 8, equanimity of remedies application. Equanimity. Related to equanimity, we have 3 types of equanimity. Right? 3 types of equanimity. Do you remember? Based on Lamrim? What are they? Very good. Feeling of impartiality. Then? No. Among the 4 immeasurable, what are they? There's another equanimity. Then the last one. Yeah. This is right. Yeah. That's correct. Look at page number 68. Question. What sort of equanimity is this among the 8 remedies? Page number 68. Question. What sort of equanimity is this? Reply. Generally, 3 types of equanimity are taught. The feeling of impartiality. That means when you look at your friend, you don't have your dear one, you don't have a sense of attachment. When you look at your enemy, you don't have a sense of hatred. You have a very impartial feeling. This one equanimity. Second is impartiality. That is one among the 4 immeasurable. No bias. Third one, application. Equanimity means, look at here, it's so important. Equanimity with the respect of application. That means when your mind is fully free of excitement, laxity, then you no need to apply antidotes for laxity and excitement. Even though you try to apply, then it become obstacle. That means 8 remedies. What are they 8? What are the 8? Faith, aspiration, effort, plancy, mindfulness, introspection, remedies, equanimity of remedy application. Remedy, equanimity has generally 3 types. Impartial feeling impartiality, then among the 4 immutable there's another equanimity, then equanimity of remedy application. What are the 6 forces or 6 power? Hearing, reflection, mindfulness, introspection, joy, effort, or complete familiarity. You can say in the Lamrim, right? Okay. Then, so maintenance and non-maintenance, I think. Now, just everybody just imagine you accomplish the meditative serenity. Yes, 2 types. What are they? Mundanes and non-mundanes, right? It's a little bit mentioned somewhere. Okay. Okay, now we turn over page number 91. In between all the quotation, okay, the second, the general presentation of the way to proceed along the path to basis of the meditative serenity. Question: should you simply sustain a non-discursiveness awareness characteristic by clarity, non-discursiveness, by the achieving intention, entailing non-discursive concentration explained previously? Reply: producing such a concentration is your mind stream is for the purpose of generating the insight that overcome afflictions. Right? Now you must know what is the main reason and purpose to achieve meditative serenity. Mainly for achieving what? Special insight. Okay? Now you must know the order. First, you need to achieve the 9 mental state. The 9 mental state you must accomplish depend on the 6 powers or 6 forces. Using the depend on the 6 forces, then you need to eliminate the 5 faults. The 5 faults can be eliminated when you apply the 8 antidotes. Okay, in order to have a good meditation, you must remember the 9 mental state, 6 forces or 6 powers, 8 remedies, and 5 faults. If you have this, apply all of them, then you accomplish the plan C. After the accomplished plan C, then you accomplish the meditative serenity. After you accomplish the meditative serenity, then you need to accomplish the special insight. Otherwise, even though you accomplish the meditative serenity, it cannot make any difference. You always be ordinary being. your anger is there, attachment there, everything is there. So mainly you need to accomplish the meditative serenity in order to accomplish spatial insight. Spatial insight. That means meditative serenity and spatial insights are two types. One is the mandance, second is the non-mandance or transcendent. Now we study very short time. Here, look at producing such as concentration in your mind stream is for the purpose of generating insight that overcome afflictions. Hence, if you do not generate insight on the basis of this concentration, this mean what this concentration mean? Meditative serenity. Okay, make sure if you do not generate insight on this basis of the concentration, you will be unable to eliminate even the affliction of the desire realms. Look at, now you can see very slowly affliction of the desire realms. Then second, affliction of the form realms. Affliction of the formless realms. Right? For example, can we say simply desire of Singaporean, desire of Indians, right? Let's say the Singaporean, when you go to India, when you walk around Delhi and Bombay, I don't think you have a strong desire to live in Bombay. That means you are free from the Indian desire. But still you have a Singaporean desire. Okay. Now let's see Ladakhi like us. Okay. We were born in the village, very simple, facility. When they come to Delhi, they don't have a really desire about like Ladakh, Zanskar, but they have a strong desire about Delhi and Bombay. They wish to stay in Delhi, Bombay. That means desire have different level. Somebody has only desire about the village. Somebody has a desire about Bombay and Delhi. Somebody doesn't have a desire about Ladakh, Zanskar and Bombay, Delhi, still have a desire about the Singapore. Right? That means the formless being doesn't have any desire, attachment about the desire and formless realms. Let's say, dog, then human, the celestial being. The dog can have a desire for the dog, also have a desire for human, can have a desire for the celestial being, right? Dog can have a desire about the dog, desire for the desire being human, also desire for the celestial being. Then the celestial being doesn't have a desire about desire being or dogs. That means, you can say slowly, desire here, you will unable to eliminate even the affliction of the desire realms, affliction of the form realms, affliction of the formless realms. That means all 3,000 you can link with the 3 realms. No matter how much you grow accustomed to the that concentration, or just simple not saying that concentration, in that case, what need is there even to mention eliminating all of the affliction. Therefore, cultivate insight. Furthermore, there are 2 kinds of insight. The insight processing by Mandan's path, which eliminates the manifest afflictions, and the insight proceeding by the Supreme Mandan path, which eradicates the seeds of the afflictions. Clear? Is so important, so important. So, therefore, there are two kinds of insight. What are they? The mundane insight and supramenden's path. What is the difference between two of them? The mundane insight can eliminate manifest affliction. The supermenden's part can eliminate or eradicate the seeds of the afflictions. Seeds of affliction. Actually, all seeds are inactive. For example, the seed look like just the seeds under the ground. Now, look at. So here is very important lesson we must learn. Say, the mundane insight eliminate the visible, manifest affliction. That's mean, what does mean, manifest affliction? Three poison has a seed, has a also manifest. For example, while you are in deep sleep, no dream. When you have a dream, then you have attachment, desire, anger. You are totally in the deep sleeping. That time, you don't have a manifest affliction. No. For example, when you fully listen to music, beautiful music, a pleasant music, you have only that time, you have only manifest attachment or desire, no hatred and anger. Right? If manifest means is fully, awake one. So therefore, for example, when you get angry, then suddenly you just try to recite mantra. Due to the recitation, it reduces the manifest affliction. It helps to reduce. Even though, sometimes when you get so angry, not so happy, you just run. Few times here and there. It helps to reduce the manifest anger, attachment. Right? So, the mundane special insight only reduce the manifest affliction, but cannot eliminate the seeds. Therefore, the non-Buddhist practitioner, mainly, refer to the Hinduism, Hindu practitioner, doesn't matter how much they put effort, doesn't matter how much they do meditation, they can go all the way to the top of the samsara. I told you, I hand over there, the 30, right? The last, they can go all the way to the last. That means, the top of the samsara. Then, they cannot go furthermore. Because, why? Because all the methods, all the antidotes can eliminate, until the end of the samsaric level. They cannot go further because they cannot eliminate the seeds. Seeds of anger, seeds of attachment, seeds of ignorance, seeds of all the affliction. For example, you grow the poison tree. You cut the tree. You just relax for a few years, then again, grow again. Cut, grow again. What? You need to uproot the seed. That means, furthermore, you're not just, meditating on the mundane insight, you are meditating on the supreme mundane. That means, mainly 16 characteristics of Four Noble Truths. Then, selflessness, emptiness. When you accomplish the special insight on the selflessness, emptiness, then you are able to uproot the ignorance. Then you will be free from samsara. Okay? So next lesson, we study about the difference between mundane and supramundane. Then I think we're going to jump to the particular the special insight, the wisdom chapter. I know, the class is bit, we can say very dry, not flavor, very dry, but useful, huh? Also, I'm not the monk who give you, always the flavor thing. It's not my, not my nature. Not always giving the flavor food. Oh, you are so good, you are so nice. Since next class, it will have. Okay? Actually, we're supposed to go to 5:30. It's okay because the class is quite difficult. How many levels of the realms? He say, 31 realms. Okay. Here, I think. No, it's just study. So you can see the formless, right? There's a chart. There's a 3 chart at the corner. First, you can see the 3 chart. At the corner, look at 1, 2, and 3. The first one, what is said? Sensual spirit and karmavara. That means desire realms. The meaning is same. Karmavara or legi sapa. Tibetan ko legi sapa or desire realms. Second one, form superior. Rupa vakara. That means actually rupa means form, form realms. The last one, formless superior. That means in Sanskrit, arupavakara. Anupavakara. Actually, anupavakara, unpavakara is same meaning. The rupa pavakara, then karma payakara. In Tibetan, we call legi saba, zugi saba, zumegi saba. Right? First, you must know the 3 chart. What's number 1? The first one, what? Yeah, look at this. Sensual desire realm. Because we must have 5, senses. Then second, form and formless. Yeah. Now you can see there's within the karma varakara has how many? Has 11. What are they? But we have been through all of them. There's a human, right? Human, then asura. Because you have been hearing asura, go so and so. Mainly desire. Yeah. There's a total 11. Oh yeah. Very good question. For example, look at Yama, we can know. Next one, delightful realms. Realm of the gods who rejoice in their own creation. 11, the realms of the god who lord over the creation of the other realms. This is a Tushita, right? Okay, here with the gods has 2 types. Desire god, non-desire god. Dola dan, dobe la dan, dola, we call dola, desire gods. That means the Tushita also include into desire gods. Include desire god. Yeah. Tushita, Mitriya Buddha who lives, right? Yeah. Tushita. Yeah, 9, 10, 11 until there and desire. Now you look at the, No. The 9 is only Tushita. Then next look at 12, 13, 14 include into where? The first jhana, then second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana is included into the formless, form realms. Within the each, first jhana has 3, second jhana has 3. Totally, I think the last has pure, I think 8. 7, yeah. Then now look at last chart. Formless superior has a 4. What are they? 28. Realms of the infinite space, Namka Thaye. 29. Realm of the infinite consciousness, Namshe Thaye. 31. Realm of the nothingness, Chiamet. 31. Realm of the neither perception or non-perspective. That means, because samsaric pig. Yeah. Top. Pig. No pig. Yeah. Samsaric pig. Huh? Huh? No. It's not nothing to do with the practice. It's just how the realms exist. No. Nothing. It's just samsara. So we have Asian, like South Africa, like continents. Generally, this kind of thing. Yeah. Gosh. Okay. No. Yeah. Yes. I'm not sure in English we have a lot of books in Tibetan. English, I think, so far. This is also good books. Also with the English and Chinese, I think here. This book, I think, special dedicated to free distribution. 20 September. I'm not sure where they penned it. They penned it, I think, a few times. I think this book is quite good. This book is quite good. Not for the basic Buddhism. Yeah. Basic. You must read the basic one, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not that basic, huh? Yeah. It's explained all the chapter 1, definite evil, God and pure. Then divine of the truth, who is the Buddha. The chapter 3, I think 3 baskets. The chapter 4, the novel Eightfold Paths. Yeah. It's really good book. Okay, so everybody.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like Christian God, like because they believe in Creator God.
Oh no. Actually, general wanje. This means, for example, we really don't know. We never notice whatever we have. We have a house, we have a car, we have a food, clothes, everything. Actually, it is a manifestation of our karma. Our karma, if we have karma, due to karma, we have all of them. What we don't notice, but we are enjoying things which is actually our own karma. Right? Own karma. It's not saying that his house is karma. The house is result of the karma. The karma is accumulated by ourselves. That means we are enjoying result of our own karma. Also, we are suffering because of result of our own karma, but we don't notice. Also, some gods, everything is actually created by his own mind. But he forgot this kind of creation of his own. He's enjoying his own creation. Then sometimes look at, when you go to Sentosa, right? Sentosa created by someone. When we go there, we're enjoying creation of other. Yeah, it's not the same meaning of the Christian God. Yeah, creation. Same thing you can say, everything is my creation of my own karma. Yeah. It's not the same meaning of the Christian, the gods. Realm of the Godhood, yes? No. Because the Christian God, because the Christian God, there's no place, because the meaning of the gods, and based on the Christian, the meaning of the Allah, the base of the Muslim, they have three characteristics. Do you remember Christian? They say omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. Omnipotent means what? He has a power to potent everything. Omnipotent. Omnipresent means everywhere, every time. Permanent. Then omniscient, he can see everything. So far, even though I think some of you, you used to be Christian, but you never ask what does mean omnipresent. Everywhere, every time is permanent. If the God is permanent, how he or she can produce? God is man or human? What is a God? Is a human or non-human? Right? What does it mean God? God is a being or not being? If not being, how he can say he is omniscient? Omniscient is the mind. Man must be, related to the being. Then, therefore, the meaning of the God is the permanent, omnipotent. Omnipotent means he has all the potential. Therefore, due to that reason, if the God is impermanent, then God is not omnipresent. Yeah, therefore, Christian God is not exist here. Yes? Uh-huh. Oh, it's a very good question. I thought I should explain. I forgot to explain. Right now we are belongs to where? We are belongs to the desire realms. We are desire being. Desire being, not only us, our mind also include into desire mind. Desire mind, right? So due to your due to practice of the maintenance special insight, due to practice of the maintenance special insight, then slowly you won't have the desire realm desire. You don't have a desire, anger, hatred. For example, you need to compare. The desire is very gross. The life is too short. People are so ugly. The environment is very impure. The formless has a more pure. You need to compare the two realms. Due to the comparison, slowly you have a less attachment about desire being. Finally, you don't have a desire mind of the desire being. Still you have a desire of the form beings. That time, what you call you yourself belongs to desire being, but your mind belongs to the form being mind. Right? Somebody said, I think in Tibetan, say, in Ladakh, say, some Buddhist people don't drink alcohol, any alcohol, any, like beer, rum, anything. They don't drink as, you look like Muslim. You say, you look like Muslim. Right? What does it mean? Generally, the Muslim don't drink this thing. That means the people who don't drink this thing, mentally look like Muslim. So when you don't have any desire, that means your minds belong to the form being. Physically you are still desire being. The way of thinking is totally different. Then slowly again you need to compare. Even though if I compare the formless realms and the form realms, the form everything is so gross. So to compare, finally you can have the formless being mind, but still you belongs to desire being. For example, someone who live in Singapore, you really don't like Singapore, you more like Malaysia and Indonesia. But you belongs to Singaporean, but your mind is no more Singapore. Right? You have a very different way of thinking. Yes, that's why due to your way of thinking, due to your transforming your mind, slowly your mind belongs to first jhana, second jhana, third jhana. Even though your mind can belong to the last stage of the samsara, but still you are belong to the samsara. Still you are in the samsara. Any question? Okay. Also, very good question. Okay, when we do prayer, we always pray, I wish to born in the pure land. I wish to born in the formless being, form being. We just wish and pray. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Therefore, you need to know the three karmas, three types of karma. Sonam Gille, we can say, the fortune karma, fortunate karma. Second, Sonam Gille, Miyovele, unchangeable karma. Doesn't matter how much you do recitation, practice, chanting, the karma, due to this karma, you can born only the desire. Doesn't matter how much you practice of giving or patience. Doesn't matter how much. All the karma only take a rebirth in the desire realms. You cannot, it cannot take into the form and formless being. In order to have this karma, first you must accomplish the meditative serenity. Then special insight. Special insight at the maintenance level. When you accomplish the special insight of the maintenance level, then you are able to accumulate the karma to be born in the form and formless realms. Right? Karma has there's three different ways you can accumulate. So this one we can explain a little bit more in the next class. It's nothing shamatha. It's just explain the place. Yeah, map. Yeah, 6 continents. Yes.
Regarding this jhana, the bhumis, we talk about bhumis, right? Relationship to the jhana?
Nothing. We have 10 bhumis. 10 bhumis of the Bodhisattva was 10 bhumis. His jhana is just say, the bhumi is kind of the methods or path to free from this jhana. 4 jhana, right? 4 jhana or 31 realms. 31, this talking about just the place of the samsara. How many level, how many types of samsaric place for us. So bhumi is do you know the bhumi? We have 5 parts. What are the 5? Accumulation, preparation, seeing, meditation, no more learning. The bhumi start from the seeing path. Only bhumi you can relate, associate with the Mahayana path. Hinayana, we don't have a 10 bhumi. We have a, remember, 7 bhumi, different name. 10 bhumi, the first start from the seeing path. Yeah, 10. We show, first bhumi, second bhumi, third bhumi, 10 bhumi. Bhumi, associated first from the seeing path. Okay, nothing to do with the bhumi and the jhana. Any question? Yes? Yes. And the desire being has a three types of suffering. Yeah, suffering, changing, and pervasive suffering. Then desire, form and formless being has a only one type of suffering, which is the pervasive suffering. Pervasive suffering. Do you know what is the example? What does the pervasive suffering mean? Pervasive. Pervasive means cover for everybody. Doesn't matter you are desire being or you are formless or form beings, still you own the truth of suffering, the body. The body is pervasive suffering. Is pervasive is everybody own, nature is suffering. But still, generally in the form and formless doesn't have the suffering of suffering, changing of suffering. They don't have suffering because they don't have the gross body, no sickness, nothing. They don't have cancer, colon, so no suffering. Changing because their feeling is very neutral. Today we are happy, tomorrow we are unhappy. Morning unhappy, afternoon happy. It's changing our feeling all the time. And the desire form has a very neutral feeling. They never change, unpleasant to pleasant, unpleasant. But another is mentioned in the Sutara. We call, that God has a kapsum, I think 3. That means before they really, before they dying, before they die, death, before their death, let's say 1 week before, generally their body is so clean, no any smell. 1 week before they die, slowly they can feel it, their body have a arising smell, very nasty. This is a sign to die. Also, they will see 1 week before, they see they're going to die. Also, they can see where they're going to born. That time there has a very, the immense of suffering. But physically belongs to the form and formless realm. Mentally, they already belongs to desire or, whatever. Okay, that means yes, the desire being has a 3 types of suffering. Generally, form and formless being has a only 1 type of suffering, which is pervasive suffering. You must know the meaning. Pervasive. In Tibetan we call khaba. Khaba means cover for everybody. And dungal means nature of suffering. Yes. Any question? No, generally not. But there is a short time they can have the change of suffering is mentioned, but reality we don't know. Is mentioned in the Sutra. Yeah. Yeah. You can see some of the graphic, like picture, right? they draw the three beings, then the form and formless. When the gods, one of the pass away, they offer the flower. They, even though they cannot go closer to the dead bodies, too smelly, they offer that flower by like stick, just throw like that. It's too smelly. Therefore, I think, according to Buddhist tradition, when the gurus, I think Enlightenment tradition or Dvikamala tradition, when they give a teaching, they just do like this mudra. They say Namo Layagana Ludana. I will, explain the teaching in the all languages. God, human or non-human. When say the God, the master always look at the sky, like sky. Because Buddha lifetime, actually, according to Buddhist teaching, tradition, when you receive teaching from someone, you're not supposed to stay higher than the Lama. Right? This is tradition. Then, what happened? All the gods came to listen teaching. They stay in the space. It's exception. Because they cannot stay with the human. We are too smelly. Too smelly. We thought we are very pure. They know we are not. They cannot stand with the human. Too dirty. For example, in Singapore, I don't think you can go stay with the Indian slum area. We say, right? That's why the gods, stay in the sky. It's exception. Very exception. Yeah. That's why, that's why we would think this way, when you have a sense of attachment towards someone, you just remember here, I think, the person is so pure, so clean, so beautiful. When you compare the desire being and this formless being, we are very ugly, very smelly. That's this. Okay, so we do dedication prayers.